Hello everyone. Today we will discuss how to solve numericals based on law of conservation of mass. But before starting numerical, you should know how to calculate molecular mass. We can calculate molecular mass by adding atomic mass of each atom present in one molecule of any substance. For example, if we have to calculate molecular mass of ammonia, what is the formula of ammonia? NH3. So, what we will do? We will add atomic mass of each atom present in one molecule of ammonia. So, here one nitrogen is present, atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. So, 14 plus atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, but there are 3 atoms of hydrogen. So, 1 into 3, 14 plus 1 into 3 is equal to 17. So, what is the molecular mass of ammonia? 17. Now, another example I will take, that is calculate molecular mass of sodium hydroxide NaOH. So, atomic mass of Na, it means sodium, is equal to 23. So, 23 plus oxygen atomic mass 16 plus hydrogen atomic mass is 1. So, 23 plus 16 plus 1 is equal to 40. So, molecular mass of sodium hydroxide is 40. So, that is how we can easily calculate molecular mass of any substance, and atomic mass will be given in question paper, but some simple one you should learn also. Okay. So, now we will discuss how to solve different numericals, but before starting numericals you should know certain rules, like what is the first step? First step, write a balanced equation for the reaction. Okay. If equation is not given. So, this will be the first step, write a balanced equation for the reaction. And then what is the second step? Write down the molecular mass of each substance below its formula. Okay, and then we will apply unitary method. So, I will explain you with different example. I have taken example from your book worksheet given on page number 23. Question number 1. Show that the reaction of ammonia and hydrochloric acid to form ammonium chloride is in accordance with the law of conservation of mass. Atomic mass are given. So, here equation is already given. So, no need to do first step, equation is already given. Ammonia react with hydrogen chloride to form ammonium chloride. So, what we will do here? We will find out molecular mass of each substance, reactant as well as product. So, start with ammonia. Ammonia, nitrogen 14 plus hydrogen 1 into how many times? 3 times, as 3 atom of hydrogens are present. So, it is 17. Same way, molecular mass of hydrogen chloride, hydrogen atomic mass is 1 time only present. So, 1 plus chlorine atomic mass is 35.5. 1 plus 35.5 is equal to 36.5. Okay. And then find out mass of ammonium chloride. Nitrogen mass write down 14, hydrogen mass 1 into 4, as 4 atom of hydrogen are present. Chlorine 1 atom only, 35.5. Add, we will get 53.5. Mass of ammonium chloride is 53.5. Now add mass of reactant, it means 17 plus 36.5. What we will see? It will come 53.5. Okay. So, according to law of conservation of mass, total mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. So, hence we can say this equation is in accordance with law of conservation of mass, as total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. Clear? Then we will take second example. Second question, that is, show that the chemical reaction in which magnesium burns with a dazzling white light to form magnesium oxide is in accordance with the law of conservation of mass. Now, here equation is not given. So, what is the first step? In this we will write first balanced chemical equation. Magnesium burn in oxygen to form magnesium oxide. So, write balanced equation 2 mg plus O2 is equal to 2 mgO. First step. Then what is the second step? Calculate mass. So here 2 magnesium atoms are present. 2 into 24 is equal to 48. Same way, molecular mass of oxygen is equal to 16 atomic mass multiplied by 2. Molecular mass of oxygen is 32. 48 plus 32 is equal to 80. Now we will calculate mass of 2 molecule of magnesium oxide. 2 into 24 plus 16. What we will get? Here also we will get 80. So total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. Hence, this equation is also in accordance with the law of conservation of mass. Okay. Then another example where we will apply unitary method. Okay, that also I have taken from your book only. Calculate the weight of magnesium oxide formed when 72 gram of magnesium is burnt in air. Okay, here also same equation we will use. 2 mg plus O2 is equal to 2 mgO. In this case, no need to find out molecular mass of each substance. Here we will find out mass of magnesium used and mass of magnesium oxide produced. Okay. So, used magnesium 2 into 24 is equal to 48. And what amount of magnesium oxide is produced? 2 into 40 is equal to 80. Okay. So, we have calculated mass of reactant used and mass of the product produced. Now, we will apply unitary method. From this equation, we can see that when 40 gram of magnesium is burned, it will produce 80 gram of magnesium oxide. Therefore, if 1 gram of magnesium burn, it will produce 80 upon 48 gram of magnesium oxide. So, when 72 gram of magnesium will burn, it will produce what amount of magnesium oxide? How to calculate? 80 upon 48 multiplied by 72. So, what will be the answer? 120 gram of magnesium oxide. Okay. So, like that we can calculate different numerical. One more I will explain, that is calculate the weight of quicklime formed when 400 gram of calcium carbonate is heated, and at the same time calculate mass of carbon dioxide produced. This is the question. So, what is the first step? Write chemical equation. Chemical equation: calcium carbonate CaCO3, when heated it will decompose into calcium oxide quicklime plus carbon dioxide. So, what is the next step? Find out molecular mass of each substance. So, let us start with calcium carbonate. Atomic mass of calcium is 40 plus carbon is 12. Oxygen atomic mass is 16. There are 3 atoms of oxygen. So, 16 into 3. Calculate what we will get, 100 gram. Now, find out mass of calcium oxide. Calcium 40 plus oxygen 16. Add what we will get, 56. Then mass of carbon dioxide also we can calculate. Carbon 12, oxygen 16, but 2 atoms of oxygen are present. It means 16 into 2. 32. So, 12 plus 32 is equal to 44. Now, you have calculated mass of each substance. Now, we will apply unitary method. Okay. First, what we have to find out? Amount of calcium oxide which is produced. From the equation, it is clear that when 100 gram of calcium carbonate is heated, it will decompose to give what amount of calcium oxide? 56 gram of calcium oxide. Therefore, 1 gram of calcium carbonate will decompose to give 56 upon 100 gram of calcium oxide. and when 400 gram of calcium carbonate is heated, it will produce 56 upon 100 into 400. After calculation, we will get 224 gram of calcium oxide. So, here very simple, we will use only which method? Unitary method. First step, write equation. Second one, find molecular mass. And then what will be the third step? Apply unitary method. Now, in this numerical, we have to calculate mass of carbon dioxide produced at the same time. So, we will follow same method. From the equation, it is clear that 100 gram of calcium carbonate decomposes to give 44 gram of carbon dioxide. So, 1 gram of calcium carbonate will decompose to give 44 upon 100 gram of carbon dioxide. Therefore, 400 gram of calcium carbonate will produce 44 upon 100 into 400. Now, we can calculate what we'll get. 176 gram of carbon dioxide. That's it. Practice rest of the numerical. Thank you.